In Gaza, Israel's constant bombing, sniper and artillery fire has continued to spare no one, no journalists, students, scholars, doctors, nurses, persons with disability, people seeking food and safety, or humanitarian workers, including UN staff, including in the so-called humanitarian zones. Conservative figures indicate that the Israeli assault on Gaza has killed, injured, maimed, or buried under the rubble at least 155,000 Palestinians. Entire families have been exterminated, pregnant women and over 700 babies, among 17,000 children massacred. Gaza is now a wasteland of rubble, garbage, and human remains where survivors hold on to life amid widespread deprivation and disease. The Palestinians trapped there have experienced a level of violence not seen anywhere in this century. Prisoners sadistically tortured and raped, mangled and desecrated bodies piled up and left decomposing in the street, the destruction of homes, the violation of intimate life, months of relentless forced displacement across a territory rendered unlivable, with nowhere to flee, and little access to the most basic necessities, having absolutely nothing to return to. And all this by design. The mass graves from which twisted limbs emerged with signs of IV drips still attached or zip-tied have been untold stories of horror. The details lost to oblivion. And still, Israel intensifies its onslaught. And in these last 3 weeks alone, it has orchestrated a ferocious assault on northern Gaza, besieging, depopulating, bombarding, burning alive, abducting and executing thousands of civilians. Disturbingly, similar patterns have extended into the West Bank. Since October 2023, Israeli forces carried out more than 5,500 raids and escorted many of the more than 1,000 violent settlers' attacks, killing 735 Palestinians, which is 10 times the 20-year annual fatality rate, and killing among those 167 children, which is a fifth of all children executed in the past 24 years in the West Bank. Israel has laid repeated siege to towns and refugee camps and leveled, like Gaza, roads, water, sewerage pipelines and energy grids, all while displacing 3,200 Palestinians, depopulating 18 communities and impacting directly 180,000 Palestinians through the largest land grab of the last 30 years. Israel has arrested thousands of Palestinians en masse, academics, students, lawyers, journalists, human rights defenders, doctors, and children. Arbitrarily designated as terrorists, treated as national security threats, they have been subject to systemic abuse, including degradation, torture, and even rape. The devastation inflicted over the past 387 days on the Palestinians as a people, and the pain and loss suffered by each of them, including those forced to watch in exile, as their family and community members get slaughtered, blamed, smeared, will reverberate for generations to come. This is an outrage to humanity and everything the post-World War II international law-based order stands for. These developments cement my assessment that Israel is indeed conducting a genocidal campaign against the Palestinians.